Okay.
Countdown.
Yeah. We need a producer up there in some way.
Wait 1 minute.
Village Comms Director. Oh, that's nice. You can do it from.
No, that's a display computer, and then she's actually broadcasting from a different computer. So they're separate entities.
Okay.
That's for our benefit up there, so we can see that what's happening,
Gotcha.
and then what's going out to the public. We know that it's getting out.
That's a good picture.
Like the top one?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Good
Very
flower
good.
arrangement.
And you know who
That's
did
all her.
those flower arrangements? This lady right here. Did you do those flower arrangements for that picture that's our Clinton our Clinton Facebook page? Oh, okay.
Village of Clinton.
I thought you did.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, all right.
The great big sign behind us.
September
There's a
17th.
great big sign
Second
behind the
council
flowers.
meeting in the month of September 2024.
You can't see it now.
All right, Diane Gunner, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call.
Chip,
Here.
Joseph,
Here.
Getchmore,
Here.
Steiner, Godwin,
Here.
Cracker,
Here. Okay, before we move forward, there's something a lot of councils do, and I may get this wrong how it's done, but we usually acknowledge if someone's not here as to, what's that, excuse their absence or not excuse their absence. So I'd like to see us start doing that. Leah, do you know a proper procedure? Usually someone makes a motion to,
when I was on council, we just made a motion to excuse that member from
Okay.
that meeting.
Is that in our ordinance? Is that in our?
It's not in ours.
No.
If it's not, then we need to change it before we start doing it.
I think,
I think a lot of other places where if you miss so many consecutively,
Well,
then
we have
you
that.
can do something.
where if it's excused, it would
Not count.
not count, which is why, and could we do it without being in ordinances, or do we have to have an ordinance to do it?
If you guys wanted to, I think you could still excuse it on the record, but
Yeah.
that's up to
Yeah.
you all currently.
What do you as a lawyer
Um,
suggest? I mean, because we don't have that policy within our ordinances at this time. Except
I
for
think-
if they miss 3, they can be.
I think if you want to create a good record of, like, if you want to excuse Matt's absence for today, it would be good to create the record that you guys would like to excuse the absence in case something happened in the future. It's better safe than sorry.
Okay.
Takes a lot of ambiguity out of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and to add that to, don't excuse the record, like for instance, last meeting, but someone wasn't here at the beginning, but then that person came in, so the record's showing this person voting, but there needs to be acknowledgement if someone shows up, and it's not anything bad, it's just that, okay, why is this person also voting when they were absent? So it shows they're here. Yeah,
Policy.
Yeah, maybe work into the ordinances or something in the future.
Okay. In the future. Got it.
do we want to make a motion, or do we want to ignore that?
Make a motion to excuse Matt Steiner.
We have a motion. Okay,
Thanks.
all right, any questions, comments? Call for the vote.
Joseph,
Aye.
Getchmore,
Aye.
Godwin,
Aye.
Cracker,
Aye.
Blankenship,
All right, approval of minutes, we have a motion for that?
If you look at the minute, it says council. It says council members present, Rita Joseph, Marissa Gensler, Ross Blankenship, and Keith Clackner. It says Matt Steiner was absent. It doesn't mention Jan Godwin at all, so that. Is that when I come in late?
Yeah. Mhm.
So at this time, I'd like to amend the minutes to show that Jan Godwin, I wrote, came in 10 minutes after the meeting started.
Okay.
That was written down on the paper that I filled out.
That's right, you kept the minutes last meeting.
Well, not really the minutes, I just took the thing, but I did note on the official page that Jan Godwin did, enter 10 minutes late. I guess we should have announced it in council. Would that be the proper procedure? If someone comes in late to actually just announce it?
I think it helps establish the record a little bit better.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, so we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
No, then you made the motion for the
Oh.
minutes with the correction. Oh, you just made the,
She just added the correction, nobody.
oh,
made a
nobody
motion.
made a motion. Okay, do you want to make the motion with that correction?
Motion to approve the minutes as corrected.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any other questions, comments, deletions, additions? Call for the vote.
Getzler,
Aye.
Godwin,
Aye.
Clacker,
Aye.
Blankenship. Aye. Joseph,
Aye.
Okay, do we want to amend the, agenda to allow Steve Kristen from Lumos to speak?
I would like to amend the agenda at this time to add Steve Kristen from Lumos to speak
On fiber.
understand. Where do you want, where should we?
What about right now? Right now it'd be
You want
great.
to go at the beginning of the meeting, sir? Okay, to amend the agenda to add him to the meeting now.
Do we have a second?
So moved.
Thank you. Call for the vote.
Godwin,
Aye.
Clacker,
Aye.
Blankenship. Aye. Joseph,
Aye.
Getzler.
Aye.
Motion passed. Steve, you're welcome. Right here's a microphone.
Okay, great, thank you. You know, as I look around, my name is Steve Kristen, and thank you. I'll only take a few minutes, and I'll stick around afterwards if you have some more details, we can do questions. I would like to come back at some point and do a more formal presentation. But it's funny, if you look back, I see that cabinet, there's compact on it. I think back, when I graduated from college, I started to work for IBM. This was even before they came out with the PC. So you know how far back that goes. Worked for them before I went back to school and worked for AT&T for quite some time, retired from them. Most recently, I spent 3 years with Eastgate, Regional Council of Government, as the broadband coordinator. The reason I say that is there's been a lot of changes that have taken place over the years, and it's funny, we go from compact there to Facebook and streaming. And really, that's why I'm here today. About a year and a half ago, as I was talking to different providers in my role at Eastgate, I came across a firm from North Carolina. It's about a 125-year-old startup. They were two telephone companies back 100 years ago that came together, and they did a lot of different things. And I got into the fiber business, and there were some changes there. And in 2022, they formed Lumos Fiber. But right now, they're in South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia. They're owned by a private equity company. And that's important for a big reason I'll tell you in a moment. And so what they've done is they have places all over that, but they wanted to come to Ohio. They saw opportunities in Ohio, and they're expanding outside of Ohio as well. We've announced Kentucky, and we've got some job placements that we're looking for in other states in the South. But they came to me and they said, hey, we want to come to Ohio. Can you help us get in Ohio? And their first announcement was in Mahoning Valley. They announced $230 million investment, and that's private equity money, which means it's private funding. It's not government funded. And we're in the process of going through that process now. It'll take probably 36 to 48 months. But they're already looking ahead because in April, there was a joint venture between Lumos Fiber and T-Mobile. And T-Mobile is getting into the fiber to the home business. They're still keeping their wireless, but they want to also get into the fiber to the home business with the fiber connection, something that's known as open access. And so they did a joint venture. Still has to be approved by the FCC, which will probably happen first quarter of next year. But with that comes a lot of emphasis in new markets that Lumos wants to go into. And Stark County is one that we're thinking about, but even closer to that time frame is Summit County. And so we're in the process of evaluating different markets going to. There's a whole process that they go through. And my point being today is just to come out and introduce myself, let you know what's coming on. I'll come back, and we're going to have to come back and give you a more formal presentation about Lumos. But all we do is sell fiber. We don't sell DSL. We don't sell coax cable. It's only fiber. And what that means, it's faster typically than what you have today, if you have any internet. There is, I know Clinton Township has decent coverage. Some have very little coverage. From a speed standpoint, we started at 500 meg, and we go to 1 gig, 2 gig, 5 gig, and 8 gig. It's future-proof when you think about it. We don't have problems with the weather when you're in fiber, and we use underground and aerial. But I think the key for most people is to think of streaming now. Before COVID, it wasn't that big of a deal about streaming. With COVID, everybody started working from home, whether it's Zoom, watching Netflix, using Teams meetings, whatever it might be. And the difference with that application than your typical internet email and web browsing is you need to have the speed going up and down. Traditional internet has fast speed coming down and slow going up. Reason for that is go back several years, all I was doing is I was looking at websites, bring a lot of data down, but I really wasn't sending a lot of data up. So the networks were engineered to bring a lot down, but not very much up. Fiber is totally different. The same amount of data that comes down goes back up, and that's to help with streaming, Netflix, video, even telehealth now, video conferencing and everything else. So we're excited about that. That's all we sell is fiber. People ask me, is this going to cost anything? It sounds good, but what's it going to cost me? I'm not asking for any money. It's not free internet. You will have to pay for that. But what we've seen, I can tell you back from my AT&T days, from my IBM days, even when you have competition in the market, typically what happens, prices go down and services and reliability goes up. So even if you have internet now, I tell people if you have internet now, you're happy with it, that's fine. We come in, chances are within 90 days the prices will go down. So that's about all I had. Appreciate your time. If you got some questions, I can address them now if you'd like.
Yeah, I would like to ask a few questions.
Sure.
And yeah, I just heard about you a few days ago, and I thought I was going to get to meet you next week. I'm glad you could make it down here, by the way. One of the questions I have, I'm sure if you're coming in Summit County, you're familiar with the Summit County Fiber Initiative coming through. Mm-hmm. Are you looking at working with them to send your bandwidth over, or is that we're working independently from them?
So it's a good question. So Summit Connect is right now primarily a government connection, and they're using ARPA dollars to do that. Our folks have met with Brian Nelson and Ernie and those folks. In fact, we have another meeting. I have not officially met them, but we have a meeting at 2 o'clock on Monday to look at what the art of the possible is. We think there could be some kind of partnership. What that looks like, don't know. We go after homes and small businesses. We don't do government connections. We're not enterprise. They right now are focused on mostly government. And so there seems to be something we can help each other out. Ernie's got his thing with Fairlawn Gig. He does residents. But Mr. Mayor, it's with the art of the possible. We're going to meet with them on it's at 2 o'clock, I think it's Monday.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because the idea was that the middle mile coming in here this year, and I think I read a little bit of an update, but I haven't absorbed it yet. But then next year, there's talking about working with independent vendors to get it out to the homes.
Well, what they probably mean is, I'm not speaking for them, but when you talk about independent vendors, typically with the middle mile, you have that open access network, and that's what we're working on with Eastgate, having a middle mile, because then the last mile folks, and last mile, what that means is just those are connections basically go to your house. So if you think of it from here, Main Street, there's be last mile, and 21 might be middle mile. So the idea is to have the middle mile so then multiple companies can come on and do the connections to the house, again, bringing competition prices down.
Okay, thank you very much. Anybody else have any questions?
Oh, okay, thank you very much, and I look forward to coming back sometime. We get in more of the permitting issues and how we work there, and what kind of formats you want for permit requests and all that stuff. Today was just introducing myself.
Thank you very much. And yeah, I'd definitely like to see you come back.
Okay, thank you.
And we'll talk a lot more on this. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Unfinished business. Mayor's communications. I sent out an email to all of you. I spoke with the lady at the South Summit Chamber of Commerce. They have these luncheons every quarter, and I attended a lot of them last year. Didn't get as many this year. They're always great luncheons. They always have a good speaker. And this one, anyway, it's $20 a person. It's tomorrow. I sent this out. If anybody's interested in going, she did ask that I invite all of council. So the food's always fantastic. So even if you don't care about whatever's being spoken on that day, you're going to get some good food. But I guarantee you're going to enjoy the speakers also. So that is in the tomorrow, 11:30, I think. Anyways, the flyers got in your email would have that. So, there is a, I'll bring this up. Kevin's not here today, so I'll bring this up. For those of you who are familiar, going south outside of town, there's a guardrail once you get past the bridge. I forget how many feet that is from the bridge. We had thought for a while that that'd be a county responsibility to fix. It is not. Kevin reached out to them, I don't know how long ago. It's been longer than it should have been, and they thought they got back to him, but it sounds like they didn't. So I called them today, and he got back to me and said, no, that is our responsibility. So I guess we're looking into what it's going to take to fix that guardrail. And so far, that's all the details I have. I know there's some people out there. I've gotten a few calls about that. It says dangerous and it needs to be looked at. And so when I called Kevin, he'd already checked into it and was waiting for the call back from the county. And that is all that I have at this point. Any questions?
Did somebody hit the guardrail?
A tree came down on it. Well, no, a tree came down via an accidental chainsaw cut on purpose. Somebody was trimming. Who's trimming those trees out there?
Well, a tree had been, I don't know, in a storm or something. Ohio Edison, because it was on some lines, hired the company to come out and trim it off of the lines. And when they did that, it fell onto the.
So it'd be their fault, their responsibility.
Well,
Do we have a report of it?
no. Because we didn't know
Okay.
at the time.
But now that we do,
So-
we need to contact the tree company.
I don't know what the tree company was, but
Ohio.
Ohio Edison will have records of who it was.
I would think so.
Yeah, that might be our first step.
I mean, by rights, it's their responsibility. They got paid to do the job.
Oh, I agree. So, yes, let's start off there and see where we get. And then if they don't give us any action, I'm sure this gentleman on the other side of me here.
We would be more than happy to look into it for the village.
Thank you very much, because they dropped it on there. And I've seen these tree companies are usually pretty good. They can take a tree that's 5 foot from your house and 6 feet around and lift it over the house, put it on a flatbed, and carry it away without dropping all over your house. I think these guys could have avoided a guardrail.
I'm hoping if Ohio Edison contracted with them, that they would contract with folks that had insurance.
Well, they,
I would hope.
So, yes, that is, thank you, Ross. And that's all I have. Council communications and council committee reports.
We'll talk about it.
Anything?
I do.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so in front of you, you have a quote from SBT. This is the quote for moving the equipment downstairs to the other room and installing it in the rack that we have over there. All of this is within the budget that was already budgeted for the IT services. So at this time, I would like to make a motion that council approve the work so that we can get that underway.
We have a motion, we have a second. Do we have a second somewhere?
So moved.
Okay, thank you. Any questions, comments about the quote? Say it looks pretty good. Call for the vote.
Quacker,
Aye.
Blankenship,
No.
Joseph,
Aye.
Dinsmore,
Aye.
Godwin.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Anything else?
I would like to say thank you to Diane and the Historical Society for another successful Apple Fest. You guys did a great, and no bees. Tony and, from that own the buildings downtown gave us a big fan to use, and that really helped. And we had a really good turnout for the cruise in. Nice, a lot of cool cars. We had 39 cars altogether coming in and out. So, and we had more people asking about it, so we'll keep on growing it. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Anything else in this category? All right, moving on to citizen comments. Diane, your name is on here? Well, we can take the microphone to you if you'd like. Okay.
Well, Marissa was kind enough to thank us, but I want to thank all the volunteers that came to help set up, and the volunteers that helped serve the food, and the one that helped tear down. It was greatly, greatly appreciated. It was a fun day, and when I was so impressed, it ended at 4. I was home by 5. That's how quick everybody got everything down and put away. So I want to thank everybody. It was a wonderful day, and no bees. Thank you.
Diane, thank you. And yeah, it is just, matter of fact, my kids brought home a bunch of the apple fritters, apple pie, threw some ice cream on. It's fantastic.
Good.
Yes, oh yes. I think it's still in the fridge, and it might be my supper tonight. I don't know, but.
Those dumplings were wonderful.
All right, citizens comment. Oh, let's see. No, we're done with that. Resolutions and ordinances. Okay, new business. All right, council general discussion. Lively bunch here tonight. Presentation of first orders and bills for approval.
Who's on the committee?
Who's on the finance committee? No. Yeah.
Jan,
Jan, you're on. Go right ahead.
about what?
Make a motion.
To approve the bills and purchase orders.
Oh, I make a
Madam
motion
Chair.
to approve the bills and purchase orders.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any questions, comments about our budget? I'm glad we had in the budget the $20 to keep the bees away. It worked, sounds like. No, I'm kidding. That's not in there. But, all right, call for the vote.
Blankenship,
Aye.
Joseph,
Aye.
Dinsmore,
Aye.
Godwin,
Aye.
Quacker.
Aye. All right, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, we are done. Thank you very much, everyone.